What's up, internet? I'm here in a basement doing a podcast for Spicy PL, and we got Joe Capolino over there, who's like a multi-time runner-up world champion.
That's right.
In equipped lifting, and then we got Jim over here.
How's it going?
Been doing like a million meets, also equipped, which is cool because I've never done equipped, so it's been cool to pick their brains, stuff like that. Look at this jackness over here. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Alex. I'm just the audio guy. I do a little bodybuilding, a little powerlifting.
So if you don't know anything about these guys, especially this one on the end here, no filter at all. So this is going to be a fun podcast.
You're going to try to get Nick in trouble.
You're going to try to get me in trouble with the T. So I'm going to link this in the info box below for you guys. Definitely go check it out. Give it a thumbs up, all that cool stuff. It'll be a good podcast. So welcome to part 2 of my big 7-plate goal journey. And if you guys don't know what's going on, make sure you check out the last part of this episode. It was my big goal, 7 plates. I don't remember what I titled it. Anyway, last week was huge. It was a huge high volume week. I don't do well in high volume. So I filmed all week long for you guys. And then my card in my camera fried. So all of that footage is gone. It was kind of an important week. But let me recap. The last 3 weeks, basically all month long, we've been doing twice a week deadlifting. Much higher volume in all variation work. So day 1 has been a 5x5 on a deficit, a 3-inch deficit. Day 2 has been speed off the floor, but after high volume tempo squats, so pre-exhausted. We got up to about 17,000 pounds of volume last week, which, just for comparison, my average volume on deadlifts per week is 7,000 to 8,000 pounds per week. So I was doing more than double my normal volume last week, and it was starting to really catch up to me. I was feeling beat up, but the weight was still moving well despite feeling really beat up. Also, I had to make a change in my scheduling. As you guys know, I've been doing my deadlift accessories, my posterior chain accessories, after squats, and I was squatting Tuesday and deadlifting Wednesday, but it was starting to catch up to me doing it back to back like that, especially with the high volume. So I ended up flipping my schedule around a little bit. Now Monday I squat heavy, and then I do my accessories for deadlift. Then Tuesday, I get to recover my lower body and I do bench. And then Wednesday, I come in and I do deadlifts. And the day apart makes a nice difference. And finally, we are done with the high volume. This is week 4 of my deadlift program. We're funneling it back down to 1 deadlift session per week. We're bringing the volume from 17,000 down to about 8,000 pounds per week. And we're spreading out a little bit. We're bringing the intensity up, doing heavier weight, lower reps. We're working up to a heavy triple to start this off from a 3-inch deficit, and then doing much lighter back off sets to keep the exertion nice and low. So volume's still pretty high, but it's lower, which is nice. Intensity's creeping up. It's almost like a loose peak for the deficit deadlift, but we're not gonna actually max out our deficit deadlift. We're just gonna keep working up for another week or 2, and then we switch on to phase 2 of the deadlift program. Any OG subscribers recognize the song playing right now? That's like Virginia Days intro. Super happy with how that moved, just because I didn't feel like super great today physically, and then like last week I felt so physically beat up from all the volume, but I guess tapering that volume down worked perfectly as planned. It's like I should have just trusted my own program in the first place. This whole week I thought I had to do a triple with 585 6 plates on a 3-inch deficit today. So all last night and this morning I was mentally amping myself up for that, because that'd be a big deficit PR for sure. And then I rechecked and I realized I was looking at the wrong week, and it was only 540 today for 3, which is that's still some awesome weight to move, but it was a little bit of a relief. So let me show you how to prep the best tasting steak in the best tasting way. Piedmontese steak, right? Piedmontese are that really jacked breed of cows. They're genetically just jacked, which means they're low in fat, super lean steak. You're looking at 0.8 grams of fat per 8 ounces, which is like chicken lean. But super, super, super tender, super juicy because they're so densely packed with muscle. So it's like just succulent to bite into. If you never tried one, they're like the top of the line steak. And so what we're doing today is, check this out. This is the simplest way to do it with steak. We're using sirloin fillets this evening. What I do, and this part is optional, is I first lay them in a paper towel to really help soak up a lot of the juices, dry them off. I then salt them and then put them onto a cooking rack that is on top of a pan, ideally. Now, I don't have one, so the first night I had to settle for this ventilated cooking tray, which kind of did the job. I later on in the week found out that you can actually use an oven rack, and this will work as well. But like a rack you would normally lay hot cookies on or something like that would be ideal. You just want to be able to have air hitting all sides of the steak, including the bottom, right? And you let it sit for about an hour at room temperature. The salt's going to dehydrate it. You're going to see the juices starting to leave it, and it gets nice and dry. That's how you want it. Then I'm personally using a pan right now because my thermometer broke, so I don't want to risk overcooking it in the oven. But whatever your method is, what I like doing with the pan is getting it nice and hot so it sears when you first put it down, then putting it on medium and, flipping it accordingly until it becomes nice and rare. I personally like mine rare. You might like yours medium rare. That's fine. I wouldn't go beyond medium rare. And these are delicious. This is literally the best tasting steak I've ever tasted in my life. And this is probably the best way to cook it with just simple salt. I put the link for the steak in the info box below, guys. Nick25 is a code that gets you 25% off all steak and beef on their site, which is absolutely insane. So like if you wanted to use the sirloin fillets, for example, that you just saw me cooking, if you wanted to buy those in bulk, you can get a bundle of 12 of them for about $85 after my discount code. That's about $7.12 a steak for high-end sirloin, and Piedmonte sirloin at that. Super high quality. Try them out in the info box below. Let me know what you think. Nick25 for 25% off. Enjoy. Okay, the taste test. Seasoned with nothing but salt.
Okay.
Dried out for an hour.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
That is amazing.